Tom Sandoval, this is just nuts. From Vanderpump Rules, you know about the Scandoval that he was dating Raquel behind Ariana's back, and he was living with Ariana, blah, 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 blah. And it became a big deal. It was a big deal. How big a deal? He has now talked to the New York Times about how big a deal it is and what he is comparing Scandoval to. And this is just ridiculous.
So Tom says, I'm not a pop culture historian, really, but I witnessed the O.J. Simpson thing and George Floyd and all these big things, which is really weird to compare this to that, I think. But do you think in a weird way it's a little bit the same? The answer is no, but he goes on to say, I feel like I got more hate than Danny Masterson, and he's a convicted rapist.
Okay, I don't know about the last part. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. As for comparing the Scandoval to George Floyd is insulting, and to compare it to O.J. Simpson, well, I can speak to that because I cover that case every day, and I can tell him he's delusional on that. And I don't even know if he was alive. I mean, he must have been alive, but he certainly wasn't in the mix during the O.J. Simpson case. There's no comparison.
And tons of people online, Harvey, agree with you. Just reading through the comments on this post, I mean, even Bravo stars are coming after him. One of them, a Miami housewife who happens to be black, says this is absolutely repulsive, his comments. She's demanding he retract it and issue a public apology. So I have not seen one positive comment, obviously, rightfully so. He is getting slammed for this piece. I think he thought, like, oh, I got this amazing spread in the New York Times. It was a very long article, but these comments specifically are really screwing him over.
Get him out of here. I mean, how insulting is this? Like,
it's just unbelievable.
And what's so funny about this is he's trying to do this interview to portray himself as a victim in all of this and to have people gain sympathy from him. And it's the most tone-deaf comments imaginable.
It's part of it is to paint himself as a victim, and part of it is to paint himself as a celebrity icon. That he is so big that it compares to two things that have no basis for comparison.
Yeah, it's beyond insulting, and honestly, Bravo should just get rid of him.
Hi, my name is Raymond Costa from Atlanta, Georgia, and I think Tom's comments are way insensitive. I mean, when you're talking about like O.J. Simpson and George Floyd, I mean, those situations are very serious situations. I mean, we talking about injustice and, you know, someone getting murdered and killed. I mean, it's very insensitive. I mean, these situations have nothing to do with him and what he's doing. I think it's outrageous for him to even compare his story to these things, especially George Floyd that lost his life. You know, a cop kneeling on his neck. I mean, you can't compare anything like that.
It's insulting.